door, but what she saw frightened her so much that she quickly jammed the door and started screaming for Obiora to come. When Obiora came out of the room, he asked her what the problem was, and she pointed to the door, looking lost like someone that had just seen a ghost. Obiora went to the door, and as he opened the door, his eyes opened wide in shock. He rubbed his eyes to be sure that he wasn't dreaming.
Ago, in the village of Oko, there was a princess named Ako. Ako was the daughter of King Amanzi. Ako was a very fat princess, unlike her younger sister Ola. Ako was so fat that her clothes were made specially for her with extra large materials. Because of her size, people gossiped about her and men avoided her. Even though she was a princess, no man wanted to marry such a fat princess. Even though Aku was older than Ola, her younger sister, Ola had lots of suitors coming for her hand in marriage. But being a beautiful princess, Ola turned down all their proposals because none of them were from royal families. Aku, on the other hand, was not concerned about marrying a prince. She just wanted to marry someone who would love her for who she is. Unfortunately, no man in the village wanted to marry Ako. King Amanze was very worried about his daughters. He wanted them to get married, but one was turning down suitors, while the other one was not getting any suitors at all. He would call them and talk to them about the issue, but there seemed to be no positive results. Ako and her sister loved to visit the stream most evenings. They would go to enjoy the evening breeze and listen to the birds singing. This was a normal routine for them. And while Ola walked along the path with pride, Ako would walk behind, not wanting anyone to see her, to avoid them gossiping about her. On one of such evenings, Aku and Ola had gone to the stream. While they were there, a young man dressed shabbily came to meet them. He asked Ola for a cup with which to fetch water to drink. Ola looked at him and told him rudely to leave her sight as she doesn't talk to lowlife like him. The young man asked Aku, and Aku gave him a cup, also helping him to fetch water to drink. As the young man was drinking the water, a handsome prince dressed in an exquisite royal attire came up to the stream. He spoke to the young man. Chima, were you able to get the water? Chima answered, Yes, my prince. This maiden here was kind to give me water with her cup. As Ola saw the handsome prince, her eyes lightened up. She quickly adjusted her dress and turned to smile at the prince. The prince saw Aku and Ola, but was immediately drawn to Ola's beauty. He spoke to her. I am Prince Nnamdi from the neighboring village, and this is my friend Chima. We were passing by this village when he said he wanted to drink water. I didn't know that there was a beauty here. Permit me to ask, are you a goddess? Because your beauty is ravishing. Ola blushed and smiled at the prince, saying, I am Princess Ola. My father is the king of the village. You're welcome to our village. Do you need water? Prince Nnamdi told her, Your beauty alone is enough for me. If you don't mind, can you do me the honor of showing me around your village? Ola looked back at Aku and excitedly said, Of course, I'll show you around. All the while Prince Nnamdi was talking with Ola, he didn't even cast a glance at Aku. He thought that she was way too big and ugly for his liking. Aku stood there feeling ashamed. She did not expect any prince to come to the stream. She knew that people disliked her because of her size, so she tried to always avoid meeting people. Chima noticed that Aku was shy, and so when Ola left with Prince Nnamdi, he said to her, "Thank you for the water. Who is Princess Ola to you?" Aku looked at him and said, "She is my younger sister." Chima then said, so she is your sister. You're also a princess, but you didn't behave like her." Aku apologized for her sister's mistake and told him that she wasn't always like that. Chima told her that he and the prince usually came to their village often and that he would love to see her again. Aku looked at him surprised and immediately turned her eyes to the ground. That night, when they got home, Ola told Ako that she had finally seen the man she wants to marry. "I knew I would see my Prince Charming soon. I am glad I didn't give in to one of those paupers that have been pestering me. He is so handsome, and I'm sure his father must be richer than her father." Ako looked at her sister and said, "I am happy for you. Your dream has come true." His friend Chima said he wants to see me once again. I don't know his reason. Ola laughed and said, "You mean that commoner? He wants to see you. Anyway, you should be happy someone finally notices you. Pray he takes you seriously and doesn't change his mind so that you don't have to remain in our father's house forever." The next day, Ako and Ola went out to meet Chima and Prince Nnamdi. Ola and Prince Nnamdi had made arrangements to meet at a particular spot. Ako knew that Chima would be there with the prince also, so she followed Ola, but she stopped at a distance and didn't get to where the prince was. Chima had seen her from afar, and so he went up to meet her. Aku and Chima both went to a private place, and Chima told her that she was beautiful and he would like to make a drawing of her. Chima was a very good artist, and so he told Aku to sit on a big stone while he drew her. It didn't take too long before Chima drew a very beautiful picture of Aku sitting on a stone smiling. Chima gave her the drawing and told her that it was a gift for her. Ako collected the drawing. When she saw how beautiful she looked in it, she was very happy and thanked Chima. Aku loved the drawing so much that she would sleep close to it and hug it every now and then. It was not only beautiful, but it also reminded her of Chima, the only man that had admired her, not considering her size. Chima told Aku that he was a poor orphan who lived alone, and Prince Nnamdi was just kind to him. He was the prince's personal guard, but the prince regarded him as a friend. Aku told him that she didn't mind and that being an orphan was not his fault. He might be poor, but wealth is not the ultimate and does not guarantee happiness. If he worked hard, he would be successful also. Aku and Chima continued to meet often, and Chima would draw a different and beautiful design of Aku each time. They grew fond of each other and soon fell in love. On the other hand, Ola and Prince Nnamdi continued to meet, and the prince would always tell her about how rich and influential his father was. He was going to be the next king, and all the wealth would be his. He would give Ola gifts of beautiful wrappers and beads. Ola was so happy and could not wait for him to ask her to marry him. Finally, the day came and Prince Nnamdi asked Ola to marry him. Ola was very happy and she accepted. Later that evening, Ola went to tell her father, King Amanze, that a prince from the neighboring village had asked for her hand in marriage and would be coming with his people to see him very soon. As she was still talking, Aku came in and told her father that a young man has asked for her hand in marriage and would be coming to see him. Ola was surprised and she asked Aku who the person was. Aku told her that it was Chima. Ola was amused and told Aku that if she wants to marry that pauper, she should be ready to face the consequences and not come to beg from her, as she was not ready to be giving anybody food or clothes. The king shunned Ola immediately and told them both that he was happy about this good news and would be expecting the young men and their people. The two princesses were very excited and grew anxious for the D-Day. They spent time taking care of themselves so that they could be more beautiful on their wedding day. Days turned into weeks and weeks turned into months, but the princesses had still not heard from their fiancés. They were very worried and were scared that they had changed their minds. Aku began to think that maybe Chima was no longer interested in her again. Maybe he changed his mind and did not want to marry a fat girl anymore. She cried so badly and resorted to using the drawings Chima gifted her to console herself. The drawings reminded her of him and kept his memories alive. Aku was still in her sorrowful thoughts when Ola came into the room crying and accusing her of being a bad luck. It's because of you that Prince Nnamdi has refused to come. You are not only fat, you are also a bad luck. I know he refused to come because of you. He doesn't want to marry the sister of a fat girl. I regret having you as my sister. Aku felt very bad. She knew that what Ola said was true. The prince and Chima jilted them because of her. She did not intend for this to happen. She felt sorry for her sister. She wished she had stayed away from Chima. At least the prince would still be with her sister Ola. She tried apologizing to her, but Ola angrily stormed out of her room. Exactly 3 months later, a young man came to the palace of King Amanze looking for Princess Ako and Princess Ola. He said that he was from the neighboring village and he was sent by Prince Chima and Nnamdi. Ola looked at him disdainfully and corrected him. You mean to say Prince Nnamdi? The young man continued. They apologized for their long absence and silence from you. It was due to the emergency war that broke out between our village and our enemy village. The prince and his bodyguard had to go with the warriors to attend to the matter, but everything is settled now. Please accept their apologies. Aku and Ola were very happy that their assumptions were wrong. The men didn't abandon them after all. Aku asked the young man, how are they? I hope they are in good condition. The young man told Ako, yes, they are very well. They also sent me to tell you that they will be coming with their kinsmen to see your father in 4 days. The princesses were very happy. At last, they will be getting married. Ola was very overjoyed. Finally, she would be the wife of the heir apparent, the next queen of the village. She turned to Ola and told her, I'm sorry I accused you wrongly. I couldn't think of any other reason as to why Prince Nnamdi stayed away from me. Aku accepted her apology and told her that it was okay. Ola then went on to tell Ako, are you sure you still want to marry this Chima guy? Left to me, it would be better for you to stay unmarried in our father's house. At least you won't have to beg for food than to get married to a poor man and end up begging for food. I think you should reconsider your decision. Aku looked at her sister and shook her head in pity. This is the first man that has ever shown interest in me. He is kind and treats me well. Even if he is poor, I will stay with him and we will work together to survive. On the day set for their wedding, the palace had been decorated and the princesses were being prepared by their maids. Everything was set as they awaited their suitors. The suitors and their kinsmen soon came with lots of yams and palm wine. They were welcomed and the king sent for his princesses to come and give their consent. As soon as the princesses came out and saw their husbands to be, they were both surprised and confused at the same time. Ola was to get married to Prince Nnamdi, while Aku was to marry Chima, the poor orphan. But what they saw was not what they expected. Chima was the one dressed like a prince, and he had attendants behind him, while Nnamdi dressed decently, unusual of how he usually dressed before. Ola did not waste time in asking Nnamdi why he was dressed like that. My prince, why are you dressed like this? And why is Chima putting on the clothes meant for you? One of the men who had accompanied Nnamdi and Chima asked surprised, who is your prince? Aku stood there looking at Chima all the while, trying to understand why he should dress like a prince. Did he think that she would reject him? She loved him the way he was. Why did he have to borrow these clothes? Chima saw the look on Aku's face and he knew that he had to come out plain. He faced Aku and said, Princess Aku, I know you are surprised and confused as to what is going on. I am very sorry I was not honest with you, but I did what I did for a reason. I am Prince Chima and Nnamdi here is my personal guard. I wanted to find true love and I knew that girls would naturally love me because of my status. So I planned with Nnamdi that he should stand in as a prince while I act as his guard. That way, when I meet a girl that loves me, I will know she loves me for who I am and not because of my status. It was at that time that I met you, and you didn't discriminate against me. You showed me your pure heart and how beautiful your soul was. I couldn't help but fall in love with you. Please forgive me. All the while Prince Chima was speaking, Ola felt as though she was sinking into the ground. She could not believe her ears that she had been deceived. She fell for the wrong person. This poor guard deceived her. How did she not suspect or smell anything? Ah, I am finished. Ola screamed. Nnamdi tried to touch her to beg her, but she pushed him away. He begged her, My princess, I am sorry. When I saw you, I loved you at first sight. I knew you wouldn't love me if I told you of my true identity, and that was why I was glad that Prince Chima had given me the opportunity to pose as the prince. I am very sorry. I promise to take very good care of you. I work very hard to provide all of your needs. Ola got more irritated and shouted at him. Why do you love me? How can you love me? Who sent you to me? You did not see any other girl to love with your poverty-stricken self. It's me, Princess Ola, that you saw. I will never marry you. King Amanze, who had been watching the drama all the while, understood the whole situation and cut Ola short. Even though I don't approve of what these young men did, they have apologized and there is no going back. You both must marry them. After all, you loved them and brought them here in the first place. So this revelation should not change anything. Ako had no issue in agreeing to marry Prince Chima because she loved him in spite of his status after all. So she considered this a blessing to her for all the rejection she had faced from men. Ola, on the other hand, was adamant to marry Nnamdi, but she had no choice as her father had commanded that the wedding must hold. And so that was how the fat and rejected princess got married to a wealthy prince. while Ola, the beautiful and proud princess who rejected different men's proposals, finally got married to a poor orphan bodyguard.